beautiful backdrop that I have right here. A
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
plants, blue sky.
Very homely.
Yeah,
Homely. And
very
I,
Oregon.
I, I should, I guess I should also disclaim that I've had some wine tonight. So
Ooh,
it might be a little like, that might be what's wrong with my tongue. So we're having drinks tonight.
we're having drinks tonight, dude. This
Yeah.
might this is one of those. This is like the when we did our first late night session.
Mhm.
Like we both had like a little bit of
We
drinks in
both
us,
had
and
some
and
beer.
and we're
It's yeah.
this is gonna be one of those episodes.
and and it's
Late night.
appropriate. Yeah, it's appropriate too because we're going to be talking about everything Disney today. So get your drinks out. We're talking Disney, ladies and gentlemen.
Get your drinks out, kids.
Perfect.
Yoo-hoo!
We did it. We made
We
another
did it.
episode.
Yes.
This could even easily be an episode, just 1 minute. Just like, we did it. Here's an episode. Okay, bye.
Adios.
Welcome to History of Popcorn. Consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things movies, and we give you the latest industry news as fresh and organic as we can. We also do movie reviews, and we revisit films when we feel like it. We haven't done that in many months.
Well, the last review that we did was Nope.
I guess I was revisiting, but it's just a review. But I'm like the Decom Revisiteds, we haven't done a lot.
Oh
But
yeah, no, that's been a long time.
um, but we all
That's been
yeah
way
we
too long.
try to do new episodes every week. We are your hosts. I'm Elijah,
I'm Justin.
and if you notice any snaps, crackles, or pops, or anything visually or audibly disturbing, it's because we do our sessions through Zoom. Um,
That was
so
not because of that. That was just because Elijah was messing up.
my tongue is weird today. I guess I don't know. I don't know. We're doing our sessions a little later than we usually do. So I don't know. This past weekend was D23, which is basically the Comic Con of Disney at this point because Disney has so many. What is it? They just own half of Hollywood, so they have to have their own convention and announce all these things at their own private Disney event. That's why a lot of people were upset that Marvel didn't have a bunch of stuff at Comic Con this year because they were saving all the stuff for D23, which happens every September. I think it happens in September. Some like that happened this past weekend from Friday to Sunday. So we're
Mhm.
going to recap everything that, not everything, but most of what they talked about. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that they announced, I feel like Justin's not going to be super excited about it.
No.
Also, because like half of it is Marvel, and I think you're a little behind in Marvel still. So
Yeah, a little bit.
but there are some cool interesting stuff, I guess. But before we get into any of that movie news or anything like that, I'm going to ask Justin what I ask him every week, ladies and gentlemen. What are you watching and what are you doing or have you been doing or have you been watching, I guess? I
So uh
already know the answer, but
I went back to Breaking Bad,
he officially
but
restarted
yeah,
it.
went back to that. But also because I've been talking about that universe too much, I'm just gonna talk about the last thing that I watched, the last movie that I watched, which
Okay,
was
okay.
something I haven't posted on my Instagram because I don't even know if I want to. It was it was the new Pinocchio movie.
Ooh, yeah, I want to talk about that at some point. I mean, might
Good
as well talk
God.
about it now because
Did
that
you
came
watch it
out.
too?
I haven't watched it yet, but it
Oh
got
my God.
recommended to me, and I was like, I haven't seen the original, so I don't. I think that might change my process going into the new one. I don't know if I should watch the original first, but I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't seen the original since I mean like I basically haven't seen the original because I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. So I
Right.
mean like the main part that I remember two main parts that I remember from Pinocchio, the OG is uh When You Wish Upon a Star and Pleasure Island scene.
Hmm.
But also my Pinocchio, which I don't know how you feel about this, because there's been so many different Pinocchios, especially this year, where this is only the first. Or actually no, this is only the second Pinocchio that we got this year. But
Oh
not
yeah.
not including. Wait, did the Pauly Shore one come out last year?
I forgot about that one.
um,
I'm not sure when that came out.
but anyways, my Pinocchio is the JTT Pinocchio, which was The Adventures of Pinocchio, which came out in the late '90s, and it had Martin Landau as Geppetto.
Oh, that was I think that was a creepy one, wasn't it?
Oh my
I
god,
kind of have I
terrifying.
have like yeah, I have like little images of from that when I was growing up.
Absolutely. And once again, I remember like the ones actually like the main scene that I remember from that movie is actually never mind, it's a mixture of two. But it is the Pleasure Island scene, which in all Pinocchio iterations, that's always the weirdest, and you're always like excited for that part because like what are they gonna do? Because it's always so disturbing. Are they gonna try to like make it more lighthearted? But
Right.
most of the time they go just balls to the wall. But I remember that and the whale scene when they get stuck in the whale
Hmm.
and Pinocchio gets them out. But this Pinocchio, the new one that we got, that was directed by Robert Zemeckis and has Tom Hanks as Geppetto, is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Interesting. I mean, I'm not really surprised by that, but it was a Disney Plus trap, which is always a little sketchy, especially if it's a
Also, it's
movie like this.
totally, and it's also one of those movies where you could totally tell that it was filmed during the pandemic because every like
Everyone's
human
shot by themselves.
yeah, every human character, it just looks like they had like they only had like maybe like a few hours to remember their lines,
Hmm.
few hours of makeup. Let's do it, and then you get paid. But especially everything that Tom Hanks does in it, like I don't know what the fuck Tom Hanks is doing anymore. I think him and Elijah and I talked about it episode recently that and I said it like I think that Tom Hanks has hired himself to be his own makeup artist now.
Yeah, he doesn't allow anyone
With
to touch himself except his wife.
yeah, with with Elvis in this movie, I don't know what the hell Tom Hanks is doing,
Mhm.
but yeah, it was weird. I don't know. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's Jiminy Cricket was. I had no idea it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Does he put on a voice or something?
A really weird voice. Yes, he
Hmm.
does. It's very strange. The movie's strange. It's strange. I don't like all of Pinocchio has always been strange. I don't know why they
Right.
keep remaking it because it's just something that's been done so many times that you
Yeah.
don't know what's going to be new about this one. Absolutely nothing.
It's like a shot
It's
for
just
shot recreation almost.
no, it's not really a shot for shot. It's just Pinocchio's been done so many times, regardless if you're thinking about the Disney one. It's just like this one you're just watching, you're like, what's the point? Why am I watching this movie?
Uh
And then they get to Pleasure Island, and then you realize, oh, they just ran out of all their money because it's just everything is CGI. Like
huh.
it's so bad. And then they're playing pool, and it looks like the pool balls are all CGI. It looked like the pool stick was CGI. Just
Right.
everything is just, guys, we ran out of all this money. We spent it all on Tom Hanks and Lee Pierce. We don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, that was a weird choice. That was a Disney Day drop that came out on I think Friday. So
Mm-hmm.
that was surprising. That was supposed to be a big deal and it wasn't.
Not at all.
Uh
That's totally one of those forgettable live action. It was just as forgettable as when Disney Plus first came out and they had Lady and the Tramp,
mhm.
which I thought the live action Lady and the Tramp was slightly better than this one.
I forgot they made a live action. That came out
Right?
already?
Didn't you? Right?
That
Yeah.
came out
No,
already?
that came out 2020.
I can't picture this one now. Hold on. Lady in the Tramp.
Justin
2019. Oh
Thoreau played.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, Sam Elliott. Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, that one's a little bit better because I mean, like at least with that
You
movie,
like looking at dogs? It's just like
well, yeah, I
they're better
love
to look at.
dogs. But like also with that movie too, it's like we haven't had too many recreations of that like
Mhm.
of that story in that movie. So at least like you get that with it.
Yeah.
Everything else with all these other Disney remakes, it's just I don't know. Especially with Pinocchio. I just don't know why do we need another Pinocchio? And then we're getting another one that Guillermo del Toro is doing for
Yeah, that
Netflix.
one could be interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with that because isn't the story of Pinocchio actually super dark, and they just did like the bare
Yeah.
minimum of darkness in the Disney, obviously because it's Disney. But Guillermo del
Well,
Toro, I think,
yeah.
is going to be interesting because he's going to lean into the darkness of it. I think. I don't know.
Totally, and we'll see how it goes. But for so far, like I don't know why Hollywood.
Pinocchio is so interested.
everybody just wants more and more Pinocchio, and I'm
I
not
wonder if it's one of
understanding
those
it.
things where, because I know sometimes studios have to make a project with a movie just to keep the rights for like another couple of
Hmm.
years or something. And I don't know how that's working with Pinocchio because I don't think Guillermo del Toro is making it with Disney at all. I don't think it's
No,
associated.
it's not
So
associated with it at all.
it's
Dude,
Netflix, right?
The Pauly Shore one wasn't connected with Disney either. It's just
Interesting.
it's just every studio just really
It's
wants.
also
I
a
think
thing
it's
where
because it's so
studios,
bankable.
yeah, I think
Because
it's
people
also
just see
because
Pinocchio and they're like, "Oh, I guess we want to watch that." But I don't know. It's
yeah,
very odd to me.
the big thing that also studios do is they hear that a studio is making a project and they're like, oh, we can make that too to rival it and
Yep.
try to make one better. So it's like always a competition with studios when they find out there's a
Yeah.
Hercules. Like there was like three Hercules movies in like 3 years. There's one like
Hmm.
there was one with that one dude from Twilight. There's the one with Dwayne Johnson.
Hmm.
There's probably another one, but they was all in like a span of like 3 years or something, and
Hmm.
there's all want to rival it. So maybe that's what's going on right now with Pinocchio. But it's weird that it's Pinocchio.
It's weird that it's Pinocchio.
We're going to be
Yeah.
saying that a lot this episode
Yes,
because
we
of
are.
live action adaptations. But I haven't really been watching any movies, which is upsetting. I've been watching a lot of television. I've been watching Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones.
Mm.
Now that it's back, Lord of the Rings is very underwhelming because it's such a big world. So it's so hard to get immersed into it because it's a TV show, so they drag a lot of things out. And I still it's I think it's been out for like I think it's like 2 weeks now, and there's like 3 episodes, but I can't tell you a single character's name
Mm.
because of how hard they are to pronounce.
Hmm.
I just say that elf or that elf or that dwarf or that they're not called hobbits anymore. They're called like half foots or something. But
Mm.
it's a too big of a world for my head to be like interested in it. So
Hmm.
I'm not really enjoying Lord of the Rings as much, but I'm taking it in every week. I watch it. And then Game of Thrones, I became a fan toward the end, like second half of the series. I was one of those people who was upset with the ending of it because it was rushed and the creators basically just didn't want to make the show anymore. They wanted to make their own projects and their heart left the show like 2 seasons, the last 2 seasons, and it shows. And everyone knows that. But this new show, House of the Dragon is really good. It's very intriguing. It's a good medieval political thriller. Matt Smith is great. That's like the most fantasy that I've ever like that I can take in. I'm not usually a big fantasy guy like at all.
Hmm.
I just can't get into fantasy. Also deep sci-fi is hard for me. Like
Right.
I barely like Star Trek the movies. I never saw the old ones, never saw the show, but like sci-fi is hard. Like Star Wars is like it does it for me, I guess, because it's pretty broad, but like the really intricate sci-fi movies I can't really get into. So that's basically all I've been watching. I think we talked about The Patient before. That show is still going
Have
strong.
you
It's still going
continued
well.
that?
It's still going well. It's still
Yeah.
short. It's like reading a book, and it's just like you finish a chapter, and it's like that's it. That's all. And then
Right.
we have to keep going. So it's probably going to be a better show for you to binge once it's all
Hmm.
out because it's so almost like the episodes aren't satisfying in the way of like they're so short. It's such small increments of these two characters and you're learning a lot. I wish I was getting more of it, like I
Well,
said when I first watched it.
isn't it also like set? It's like a bottle movie or bottle show, right? Where it's like everything's like in one setting, or they're like
Yeah,
flashbacks and stuff like that.
there's some flashbacks, yeah. But yeah, it's majorly in one room, which
Mm.
is kind of cool. So yeah, it does feel like a novel in that way, but like you're just reading it really slow and you can't
Hmm.
like if it were up to me, it would have been cool to just binge it all as like one long movie because it would have been very satisfying that way. I can
Yeah.
tell and I hope that it has a good ending. Like I don't know how it's going to end, but I hope it's going to be good. And
How many episodes are there?
I have no idea, and it's a limited series, so there's not going to be a
Uh,
season. I mean, there's been a lot of shows that say limited series, like Big Little Lies, and they're like, oh yeah, well, it was so successful, we're going to do another one. But I hope this is one of the shows where it's just like one season and done, because
yeah. That's how I
it's
felt about Squid Game. I don't know where the hell they're gonna try to keep going with that one.
yeah, me neither. I mean, there are some loose ends to tie up, but I don't know how you're going to do a whole nother season about that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Ah, that's yeah, I've just been watching that. But there is this movie that I'm really looking forward to that I'm going to see this week called Barbarian. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh, I want to see that
I'm
movie.
hearing incredible things without actually
Hmm.
hearing anything. Because
Dude, the
every
Zach Kreger from fucking Whitest Kids You Know directed that movie.
really, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a part of
Yeah,
that.
I had no
I heard
idea
the
either.
name, but I didn't know he was a part of the Whitest Kids You Know. That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, no, he's one of the brainchilds of that one. But yeah, no, I want to see it too. I didn't even know Justin Long was in it
Yeah, he's in
because
it.
I saw one trailer
Yeah, he's
and
in
he
it for
was
like
not. He was
he's in one
nowhere.
brief shot.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. I mean, I guess like I didn't
Yeah, like I
know.
guess.
I
I
only
don't.
because I saw the trailer because me and my friend went to go see the Black Phone, and
Mhm.
that trailer was attached to that one. I was like, oh my, I haven't seen this one.
Oh, we haven't talked about the black phone, have we?
We have not talked about the Black
That
Phone.
was one of our first stories that we were talked
Uh-huh.
about. Wow.
Yeah, no, we actually have not ever talked about discussed that movie.
Wow. Okay.
We will one day, I guess.
But yeah, Barbarian, I am excited for. Like, because
I am too.
everything that I'm seeing about it is like the less you know about it, the better. So that makes
Exactly,
me
and that's
really
what
interested.
I love about the marketing and
Mm,
about just like things that I've read because I haven't read too many reviews or
yeah.
anything, but it's just like
I don't want to read reviews.
with
I'm afraid to stumble
yeah,
across something.
exactly same. Like just with the one trailer that I saw and like just looking at the consensus on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I want to know. And then seeing it Zach Greger too, I was like, okay, well, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I had no idea about that.
Is that a Bloomhouse?
I don't think so, actually. I
No,
think it's a
a
smaller one.
Bloomhouse.
No,
Okay,
no.
well, that's cool. I'm
So
curious.
yeah, let us know what you guys are watching and if we should check anything out, I guess. I guess we'll get into the movie news now. I guess Disney news.
Let's
It's
do it.
entirely Disney.
It's entirely Disney. They're taking over. Everything is fucked.
Yeah, they took over the whole weekend and they dropped a bunch of news. There's some it's not we're not going to cover everything, but we're going to cover a majority of things. Like they're dropping a couple games I haven't really looked into, but if you're interested in that, look it up. I'm not going to do that for you. This is a movie podcast. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know much. I don't know everything that's going on, but this is what I do have.
It's the gist. Eliza's giving us
Uh,
the
there's a
gist.
lot of titles that we're going to throw out here. We're not going to spend too much time on everything, because it would take maybe an hour, like maybe almost 2 hours to talk about everything in range. But I think
Yeah.
our opinions will pretty much be the same for everything. I can especially tell that Justin's opinion is going to be like, why? Why do we need that too? Because especially with his review of Pinocchio. But
Mhm.
well, they officially revealed their new movie logo, because it's been 100 years of Disney now of making
Mhm.
movies, which is pretty insane. So
That
it's
is
now
insane.
Disney 100 Years of Wonder. So that's going to be the new intro for all of the Disney projects. Good for them. 100 years is a long time. I
Cheers to them.
didn't they have like legal problems of keeping Mickey Mouse because he almost became public domain, and they're like, because it's like 100 years. After 100 years, it becomes public
Yeah.
domain, and
I
they
mean,
had
I'm
to fight
sure
for it.
something like that happened, but I'm sure that there it was like a they cleared it up pretty good. I think Disney has the upper hand on everybody. Especially copyright wise, I feel like Disney has the upper hand.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I think that did go on for like a week, and everyone's like, "Are they going to lose Mickey?" And no,
Did
they weren't
did
going to.
did D23 at all talk about the new Winnie the Pooh horror movie that's coming out?
I don't think so. Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
I hope people have seen this. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Because that is one thing I have thought of
Because
that
Winnie the
they
Pooh is, I think,
that's public
it's
domain.
public domain now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
The
that's
same thing
interesting.
with Pinocchio and Cinderella. Pretty much all their OG stuff is public domain.
Yeah, and those are all based. A
You and
lot of
I
those are
could
based on
make a
folklore
Sleeping
too.
Beauty movie.
Speaking of, yeah, they
What?
showed some stuff of that. You
A
haven't heard
Sleeping
about
Beauty?
Sleep? Oh, not Sleeping Beauty. I don't
Little
know. I was
Mermaid?
thinking of something else.
Snow White?
I was thinking Snow White.
Okay.
I heard this, and yeah, I just
Well,
assumed.
I'll let you go on your actual thing.
Okay, so the first story is they showed the official trailer for Hocus Pocus 2, which comes out this
Hmm.
month, September 30th. I am somewhat interested in this, especially after the second trailer. I'm excited about Sam Richardson showing up because he's a great comedic actor who's in the
Hmm.
After Party and a bunch of other projects that I can't think of right now.
Hmm.
But you probably recognize him if you saw him. Um, But this looks pretty good. Did you see the trailer for this one?
I did. I did watch the trailer
It's
for
insane to
Hocus
me that
Pocus
it's
too.
29 years
I
since the
know.
original. I just saw Hocus Pocus for the first time like 2 years ago,
That's
and
insane.
it was for Halloween.
Elijah, that's insane.
My siblings I think my sisters liked it, but they never showed me it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I just rewatched that on Saturday, literally right after, no, right before um I watched Pinocchio. I watched Hocus Pocus.
but I think it might be a pretty good sequel. Obviously, it's going to be pretty kid oriented. There's some jokes
Yeah.
in there where I'm like, like Sarah
Yeah.
Jessica Parker's ditzy character. Is that her name? Yeah. Or is you can kind of tell that she's going to
Her
be
character's
slapstick.
not ditzy character.
She seems like she's going to be pretty slapstick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I mean that's what it was back then, and it goes to show that they're the writing is going to be probably pretty good, and it's probably going to be faithful to what the original was. I don't think they're going to go too off book or change anything.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it sounds like it's gonna be kind of like it looks like, especially for their characters, I mean, like their characters aren't really in the trailer for all that long, too. Like
Not
it's like
really.
it does seem like it's gonna be a faithful sequel to Hocus Pocus.
Pretty
It,
corny.
it's gonna be very corny. And
Hocus Pocus was
but
a
it looks
Disney
like the
Channel movie,
budget
right? Or
it,
was
it
it?
was originally supposed to be a Disney Channel
And
movie,
it came out in
but
theaters.
then they released it in theaters.
Good for
So
that.
that's why it does look hokey. But this one you can, I mean, obviously it's going straight to streaming, so
Right.
but it has that production value where it's like, oh, okay, already does kind of look better than what they were trying to do with
Mhm.
the first movie.
Right.
But I don't know, we'll see. That one's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to say what that movie's actually going to be,
Yeah. Yeah. It
because
might not be
honestly, for
for
me,
us
which is
anymore. So
well, also it's
probably
like
not.
it's controversial. Like every single time I say this, same thing I say about Hook. It's honestly not that good.
I've never
Like
seen
Hocus
Hook, so
Pocus.
I can't
You
say
never
anything.
seen Hook?
No.
Elisha.
There's so much I have to see.
Oh God.
But
No,
I'm
but
passionate about the movies I have seen.
yeah,
That's
that's
what
all that
brings me
matters.
back.
That's all that matters. But yeah, no, but the first Hocus Pocus isn't even that good of a movie. It's really cheesy. It's very much of its time. But I mean, like, it's a lot of fun though. That's the only thing that matters.
Right.
And this movie, like, that's really all that matters with movies like this. Like, it's like it could be cheesy, but it's like it just needs to be fun.
We also got a trailer for the long anticipated, I guess, sequel to what's it called? Enchanted.
Yes, we did.
Disenchanted.
Yes,
This
we did.
trailer shows a lot.
It
It almost
does.
shows too much. Is this a theater release or a Disney Plus release?
No, it's a
I can't
Disney
remember.
Plus release.
Why are they doing this to big movies like this?
I know,
It's
right?
very surprising. It's not like Netflix where they're like, well, it's going to be in theaters for 2 weeks. It's just
Hmm.
going straight to Disney. Disney's being really stingy with
They
big
are
movies.
being stingy.
It looks, but like the trailer itself showed too much footage, I thought. It basically revealed that, is it Giselle, the main character? Is that Amy? Is that Amy's character?
Yeah, Amy Adams is
Is
Giselle.
Giselle? They
Yeah.
basically showed that she's going to become the evil stepmother in this movie, and she's going to be the
Yes.
villain almost. But
Mhm.
because Maya Rudolph is the villain, and it shows that in the trailers as well.
Yeah.
But it showed a lot in the trailer that I think almost made me not want to see the movie anymore because it's like, okay, I saw it all. It was a bad trailer. It was a bad first
I
trailer
don't know.
to
I'm
me.
actually in the opposite. I
Maybe
don't
they're
know.
hiding a lot of stuff. Like,
I think they might. So check it out. Like when I heard about them doing this movie, I was like, this sounds stupid as hell. Especially with Amy Adams' track record for the past couple of years.
right?
It's like I don't really want this. I don't know
Did
why
you
we need
enjoy
this.
Enchanted though?
Oh, I love Enchanted.
Yeah, it's
I
very
love
good.
that movie. That
I
movie's
thought so too.
hysterical.
I remember seeing
But
that.
this trailer, like once it like started, I was like, okay, it's doing like this thing. But I just like how it, because you're saying that it revealed too much. I don't think it revealed all that much. I think it was like it did the opposite for me at least, where it was like
Mhm.
she's wishing something, but we don't know exactly what she's wishing for. And it keeps saying like, I wish, I wish, I wish. And you see her do like this like pretty fucked up shit. Like she like pushes her daughter down a well.
Yeah, I think she's sending
So
her back into the cartoon world. So there's probably going to
yeah,
be a whole bunch in the cartoon
yeah,
world.
no, it's doing something, and whatever it's doing, like, so like I remember when I was done watching the trailer, it was like, oh wow, I liked that a lot more. I'm more interested now than I really thought that I was ever going to be.
Interesting.
So yeah, I don't know. I only watched the trailer once too.
Me
So I mean,
too.
like, and it was just on my phone as
Me
well.
too.
So I mean, like, yeah.
I saw it and
So
I sent it to my sisters. I was like, all right.
all right, this is what's happening. But yeah, no, I'm intrigued. I'm interested, especially like with them. I'm just hoping that it's not going to turn into how Coming to America was, where like it's like going around like in the trailers, like even though the trailers for Coming to America was not as good as the Disney, in my opinion. But I'm just hoping it's not going to do a thing where it's like the marketing's focusing on, oh, Amy Adams is back as this character, and you're gonna watch the movie and she's only in it for like she's barely in it,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
focusing on the kid or like whatever.
Right.
I'm just hoping it's not going to be that, because if that's the case, I'm probably going to be disappointed. But I don't know. So far to me though, I mean, like looking at that trailer, like I'm shocked to even say this. Like I'm
We have
interested in
some.
what the hell they're going to do. I
Oh,
have some. I
good.
have
Disney got Justin. Good for them.
Disney got Justin.
That comes
Disney
out
got him.
November
Look,
24th.
I got fucking Buzz Lightyear on here,
Oh, I get it. You're getting buzzed. Aha.
and Mickey and Aladdin. Dude, I didn't even mean for this to happen. I just grabbed a glass.
Disney
Look at this.
themed. I
Disney
think you
themed.
knew. You could. He did. He did mean to. Don't
We
worry.
probably have to censor this entire thing. We don't want to get sued.
um. Let's see. They showed a poster, I think, for Peter Pan and Wendy, the new live action Peter
Hmm.
Pan movie. Don't have much to say about that. The cast is a bunch of almost not well knowns. We got
Hmm.
Jude Law as Captain Hook, Jim Gaffigan as Smee, uh, and what's her name? I think we already talked about this in a past episode, but it was what's that? Mila Jovovich's daughter is playing Wendy.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, that I think they announced that that's coming out in 2023 officially, and there's not much to show about that. There's that. This next bit of news I was a little skeptical about, but after seeing the trailer, it actually made me a little bit more interesting because of how big it looks. Like it looks very cinematic. It's the new National Treasure Disney Plus show, National Treasure Edge of History.
oh
Have you seen the
goodness.
trailer for this?
I have not.
It actually
But
looks pretty good, but I'm just going to spoil it. By the end of it, it shows Justin Bartha's character returning from the original movies, which makes it canon to the Nicolas Cage movies.
mm.
And it makes
But no
me
Nicolas Cage.
that yeah, not on the not in the trailer. I have a feeling that they're gonna hopefully this is what I hope they do is they have him in one of the last episodes
Mm.
because they one of the producers of I don't think it was Jerry Bruckheimer, but it was one of the producers of National Treasure said that there's an official script going around and they're sending it to Nicolas Cage to see what he thinks. So we could get is it National Treasure 4 or 3?
It'd be National Treasure 3. We only had two
Yes.
National Treasures,
So
sadly.
maybe this could lead into a newly announced movie with Nicolas Cage because they said that they were going to send him a script that had just recently gotten finished, which makes me
Dude,
excited.
it
And
says that
actual
Harvey Keitel came back too.
oh, he's from the originals? I don't remember him from the originals.
You don't remember Harvey Keitel from the originals? Goddammit.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah,
But
he plays the FBI agent.
okay, yeah, he's like a huge part of the show. He's like in like the
Really?
whole trailer. Yeah, he's like the main
Oh
narrator
my
of the whole trailer.
God.
So
Oh my
I
God.
that completely went over my head that he is from the originals. But yeah, National Treasure. They showed a trailer for that. I think that comes out. When does that come out? National Treasure, Edge of History.
And it's a TV show, of course, right?
Yes.
Why do they keep doing TV shows? We don't need these things to be that
Because
long.
they're trying to be Netflix. I don't know. They're trying to get they're trying to do it all, I guess. I'm not sure when that comes out. I think it comes out soon.
December 14th,
December.
2022.
Yeah, so this year it's coming out.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So
I don't know how I feel about that one, honestly.
if you watch the trailer, it looks pretty it looks like quality, I think. It looks like it could be good. The jokes landed, I thought. The characters look like I'm interested in the characters. So there's that. That's my opinion of the trailer. You haven't seen the trailer yet, but
I have not. I can't say much about it. That's like probably like the only trailer that I have not watched from everything else that they released.
right. Yeah, it's pretty good because I think that one It's I don't think people were really expecting that to come out or be a thing actually, but it is. Um, this next bit of news is kind of, I don't know if redundant's the right word, but we're getting another Lion King movie, live action Lion King
Jesus
movie.
Christ.
This one's a prequel.
Oh
And
yes, actually I have heard about this one.
it's about Mufasa's
Yeah.
journey to becoming. It's called Mufasa, the Lion King, and it comes out 2024. And officially, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner are returning as Timon and Pumbaa, because I guess it's going to start out with them telling the story to a young Simba about Mufasa. So it's going to be like a Lion King 1.5 prequel thing where it's goes back to the original movies. But yeah, so that they announced that. I forgot who's directing that. Freaking A. I should have wrote it down.
Freaking A.
It is Barry Jenkins. Wow. Okay.
Wait, what?
Barry Jenkins is directing it. Who did
Barry
Moonlight?
Jenkins?
Yeah, he did
No
Moonlight.
way.
He did If Beale Street Could Talk. Yeah, this guy. Wow. Yeah, an Oscar winner? Oscar winner?
Oh yeah. Well,
Oscar
I mean,
nominated?
the movie won Best Picture. I don't know about if he won anything. No, because I think I'm pretty sure Damien Chazelle won for Best Director for La La
Wait,
Land.
wasn't Moonlight the one that was like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that
Yeah.
whole thing. Okay.
We didn't even have to.
Okay. So yeah, he's directing
You
it.
didn't have to say it. I was
Interesting.
Like, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Big budget Disney. Barry Jenkins.
Wow, interesting. And is that going to be straight to fucking Disney Plus yet again, or is that going to be an actual movie?
I don't know if they announced that.
Hmm.
um, they this one I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm hoping it's the one that I'm thinking of because I want to talk about this.
I don't know if it is, but maybe it is. It's the live action Snow White.
Okay, no, it's not.
And
But
I like the actress who's cast as Snow White. I don't like the casting of Gal Gadot as Evil Queen.
oh no, really? Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's bad.
People are
bad.
trying to say they're raving about Gal Gadot and from the footage that they showed at D23, D24,
Mhm.
D23. Yeah,
Mhm.
D23. But
D23.
they haven't shown it to the public yet. But I do like the director. It's Mark Webb, who did 500 Days of Summer.
Oh,
I do like his
yeah.
act. I like his directing
That's the
style.
only good movie he's done, though.
You didn't like looking back at his stuff.
Amazing Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man
I mean,
2?
I like
No, I did
those.
not.
I did like those ones. He did a couple My Chemical Romance music videos.
Okay.
Let's see. Wow, he did a lot of music videos. A lot of My Chemical Romance. He did some Weezer music videos. Wow, he did a lot of My Chemical Romance music videos.
Yeah, that's
He did Daniel Powder's Bad Day music video.
I mean, like, hey, if you like Daniel Powell, no, I honestly like movie wise, like the only movie that I like of his is 500 Days of Summer.
Right. He hasn't
Like,
done many movies though. He's only done
That's the only movie though that he's done that's been like so. It's like you could see his music video background with 500 Days of Summer, and
definitely.
it's like so creative and like the script is really good.
Mhm.
Every other one of his movies after that has just been so generic and could have been filmed by anybody, and you would have never guessed who it was.
I guess that's true. I mean, I like the Spider-Man movies visually, so there's that. And I think watching them. When was the last time you saw them?
He made
Recently?
Spider-Man movies
Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
last year.
Okay, so okay. I was gonna say they get
Yeah.
better when time passes, but I guess for you they haven't really.
No, they sadly haven't. I hate being that guy.
So yeah, Snow White is one of those movies that's happening. I like the lead actress that they cast, Rachel Ziegler. Is her name
Yeah.
Rachel? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, we'll see. That's
We'll
just another
see.
one.
We'll see what they do with the
Also, the
dwarves.
guys that did that wrote it's the Great Showman guys.
Oh really?
and
That
Dear
doesn't-
Evan Hansen
That doesn't
guys.
help actually.
And
knowing
La
that
La
information.
Land.
Oh wow,
They write good, dude. If
I
anything,
don't.
the
I
best
didn't really
part-
like the writing of of
The,
Greatest Showman.
what? No, 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 no. It's not the writers of the movies. It's the
Oh,
songwriters.
they're songwriters.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
those
that's
soundtracks slap.
exactly
So
that's what I'm saying.
okay.
Like that's the best part about Dear Evan Hansen and Greatest Showman. So I mean, like at least we know that whatever the hell they're going to be doing with Snow White, there are going to be some slappers in there, and
Hmm.
that's all that really matters, I guess, in the end.
Um, this was a hot topic
Mm.
when it dropped. This is the Little Mermaid trailer. What did you think of the Little Mermaid trailer?
I
Did you
mean,
see
like
it?
we didn't get much. Yeah, well, you didn't get much. I mean, like honestly, like
We
the
saw a tail,
visuals.
we saw water, and we
Yeah,
saw the
the
shot.
visuals were cool, and like it seems like she's gonna kill it doing under or part of that world. But it's another one of those things where it's like, why, why is
Yeah,
it
I
happening?
think this is one of
But
the ones that
visually
could.
wise,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what they
yeah.
were doing with it, I thought was pretty
I
cool.
think this is the one that can be redeemed because of the visuals, and it's one of the ones
Hmm.
that could, like, they try to do it with Lion King, but it's not. It didn't work with the Lion King visually, or even the Jungle Book visually. This one, I think, is one of those ones that will thrive on the reason of remaking is because technology is advanced,
Hmm.
make it look incredible. And I think this is one of the ones that could do it. I'm seeing a lot of people upset by saying when she's being shot, or like when there's the shot of her singing part of that world, they're like, it doesn't even look like she's in water. I'm like, what were you
Yeah,
expect? Like, I mean, what were you expecting? Like
and
Aquaman style? Like,
I
I
mean,
don't
like
know.
I can see that being a problem, but like also there's so little of that trailer,
Right.
where it's like we can't like there was only one shot of her doing it, so I mean
Hmm.
like we
But
can't
everything
really
else
judge it.
surrounding it was really
It was
pretty and
pretty
really,
dope,
really
yeah,
nice looking.
yeah.
It gave me, I don't, I mean, it's really a big stretch to say because Avatar was Avatar, but it gave me Avatar vibes where like, oh, these visuals are,
Hmm.
I know it's not real and it looks really nice. Like, it looks really like
It
nice, I thought.
it looks
Just
like fucking Finding Nemo for a moment.
a little bit. Yeah, I could see that. They have that. Yeah. I mean, it is under, it's just it's the ocean. So,
But also like the only reason why I have more faith in the Little Mermaid than any other uh remake that Disney's doing is because Lin-Manuel Miranda's involved with it, and like
right, right, right,
I
right.
I really like what he's done
Hmm.
so far, like with everything, especially like music wise. It's kind of like how I said about the Snow White thing. Like, I mean, like in the end, if this movie still sucks, we're gonna have one new song that's probably gonna be on everybody's playlist for a second.
Yeah.
And also, we have uh David Diggs being Sebastian, and that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
yeah. I'm a little
Melissa
skeptical about
McCarthy is
Melissa McCarthy.
Ursula.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm saying. Like,
skeptical
I
of
don't know
that.
about that, but
I guess.
and Jacob Tremblay's gonna be Flounder, which is I don't know if that's perfect casting or terrible because he's such a flat actor, but he's also still a kid, so I don't want to
It's
judge him
also
too
just his
hard.
voice, I think. So
Yeah,
there's
it's
that.
definitely gonna be his
He's definitely at
voice.
that age where he's gonna sound like he's breaking childhood still, because he's like a
Yeah,
preteen still. I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah.
we'll see. Aquafina is Scuttle. Is that the
Yeah.
bird?
Man,
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's the
have to.
bird.
Pretty sure that
I,
is the bird.
I, but I barely, I haven't seen it in a while. Who's
Yeah,
Rob
man.
Marshall? What did he direct? Mary
And
Poppins
yeah, it is
Returns, Into
Skull.
the Woods, Stranger.
Yeah,
Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. He hasn't done a lot directing movies.
he has not done a lot, but I mean, like, Dreamgirls is probably one of my favorite uh, musical movies.
He didn't
So
direct that.
you didn't direct that one?
No, he's not on his credits. Maybe he was a producer. Nope, not a producer. I
Oh
think
my
you're thinking of
god.
someone else.
What? Oh shit.
um, and then the last bit of, not last bit, but there are. We've talked
Phil
about this before.
Condon, that's what I'm thinking of. Oh my god.
Someone just gave a big sigh of relief, like, "Oh, thank goodness he found out."
But
um, so now we're getting into Pixar. Pixar is always making movies that
wait, Elijah. You forgot something.
I did. Well,
Yeah.
which one?
The Santa Clauses.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How can you forget about
I
that?
didn't watch the trailer for that, and
You didn't watch the
it just
trailer for that one?
no, it just randomly dropped.
Oh man.
Tell us what you thought about it, because I know you've seen them all. I've only seen the first one, so.
All I'm gonna
Oh, I've seen the first one and the one with Martin Short.
Okay. All I'm gonna say is Tim Allen looks fucking weird. And
Oh,
that's
I
it.
mean, they unintentionally.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I know in Santa Claus 2, there's this subplot where he needs to go find a wife, and so they create a toy Santa uh to 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 be at the North Pole so all the elves don't freak out that Santa's gone right before Christmas. And the toy Santa is absolutely terrifying just visually,
Hmm.
but it's the villain of the movie, so it's kind of understandable, but also it's just Tim Allen doing some wacky acting. That's how he looks now. And I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it looks fucking weird. But I'll just that's all I'll say.
Okay, okay. So yeah, is that coming out this year too? Because they released
That
a
is coming out
trailer.
this year.
Interesting. And it's a TV show, right, on Disney Plus.
For some goddamn reason.
Everything's a TV show now. Yeah.
Everything's a fucking TV show
Did they show
nowadays.
Bernard in the trailer?
They did.
Because there's a big
That's
deal that originally he wasn't coming back, and everyone's like, "What the hell?" And a
yeah.
couple months later, they're like, "He's coming back."
Yeah, no, and
Is that
he is
David?
back. Uh
David Krumholtz?
yeah, David Krumholtz. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
He isn't he an elf that doesn't age, and now he's like very much aged.
You want to know something? The mythos of the Santa Claus is very weird.
I don't
I'm
think
not.
they have a guy that's
I don't
controlling
think.
the continuity.
I don't think they have a lot of brain power in that one because there's a lot of questions that are left unanswered that are very problematic that we still today do not understand.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully, the Santa Clauses, the new Disney Plus streaming TV show, answers all of those questions that we've asked for many, many years.
Probably will. That's what we can only hope for.
Yeah.
So we're getting into Pixar. There's three projects I'm going to be talking about. Um, I'm going to start with the sequel that was announced. We're getting an Inside Out 2 coming summer 2024. Amy Poehler announced it. She's returning. It follows Riley as a teenager with new emotions. What do you think when you think teenage emotions?
Nothing good. It's gonna be
Exactly.
weird. It's gonna be
I,
awkward. It's
I
gonna
just,
be like Turning Red.
yeah, and I think that's what they're going for too, because they push the boundaries with that one of
Hmm.
topics. So I think
I
this
still haven't seen it, but I mean, like I've heard a lot of good things about it.
it's all right. it's
Huh.
it's it's a good it like captures the era of the early 2000s really well, and it makes you nostalgic of that. It's a really good period piece in that way. Like you don't see many animated period pieces like that do it justice, but this one actually did. Um, but yeah, Inside Out too. The bad news is that Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling apparently aren't returning to the cast because of small pay money. Pay money. What do you
Really
call it? Yeah, they weren't gonna get paid enough, I guess. Um,
interesting.
so Disgust is they're probably it's
I'm not
Disgust,
seeing
I
it then.
think. Is it Disgust and Fear that they play? Something like that. And
Yeah, I'm not.
something like that. They're probably
Yeah.
just gonna recast them as someone who could do it. I don't know.
Well, they were
Um,
barely in the movie anyways. So, I mean, like, it's not like it's gonna affect.
I guess so. Um, so yeah, that was confirmed to come out summer 2024. This next one is called they've been teasing this one for a while. It's called Elemental. It's about the elements coming to life. They just showed some actual better concept. It's been talked about for a couple maybe years now of them trying to make it and it's finally coming out. They just announced that it's officially being made after a big campaign of it trying to get made. So good for them. Obviously everything in Disney has to in all pitch meetings they're just like, what if this came to life? What if that came to life? Toys, fish,
Yeah.
and so on and so
Shoes.
forth. Exactly. So now we're doing the elements because some nerd was like, element come to life.
Hmm.
Sorry if I offended any nerds.
We're gonna get so much hate mail.
So there's that. Let's see. And then this next one I'm talking about is called Elio. It's a new Pixar film, and it's about an 11-year-old boy named Elio. He's artistic and creative, and he loves to stay indoors. Meanwhile, his mother, who runs a top secret military project, is working to decode a strange signal from outer space. But it's Elio who makes contact and gets beamed into space and is subsequently mistaken for an intergalactic ambassador for Earth. So it's going to be
What?
yeah, he gets abducted and they think he's in charge of Earth, or the
Okay.
speaker of Earth. So that
That's cute.
Yeah, we'll have an 11-year-old be optimistic about the world and show aliens that Earth is worth whatever they like. Maybe the aliens want to destroy Earth, and he's like, "No, don't do it."
Yeah,
So
oh,
that'll come out
that's
spring 2024. And as we know, Pixar is usually good at pulling on the heartstrings. So all these movies are going to ultimately probably be worth watching at least once.
mm-hmm.
Um,
They're at least gonna make you cry once at least.
exactly. That's what we can always expect out of Pixar.
Mm-hmm.
So this, I'm not going to cover any of Lucas films, like all this Star Wars stuff. All that's pretty mainstream media. We're getting new Mandalorian, the new series with called Andor is coming out, which is from a Rogue One character, um, and that's basically it. They announced, they showed a teaser reel for Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford officially announced it is his last time being Indiana Jones for good.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm done falling for you guys," he said. Uh, so that was nice that he's closing the book on that officially. I don't know if he ever tried to do that before. Maybe he did. Um, but this next one, I mean, these next ones I think are going to be a little maybe boring to you because you're a little behind in Marvel. Um, we got new Ant-Man footage, which gives a better understanding of what the story is going to be. And I'm excited to see Paul Rudd back as a superhero. This comes out February 17th. Essentially, the new bad guy who's going to be the new bad guy in the Avengers is going to be introduced in this movie. Well, he was already introduced in Loki, the TV show, but he's being introduced as a new Kang in this movie. And it's still a heist film. And I'm very interested in the premise of this because Kang, the bad guy, kidnaps Ant-Man's daughter and makes Ant-Man do a heist for him in the quantum realm,
Yeah, I
which
was gonna
is
say, because isn't he like stuck in the thing?
what
Because they all faded away, and then he was like
you're
stuck.
far behind it. You're so far
Am I
behind.
so far
You're so
behind?
far behind in the Marvel
Oh
series.
no.
They get out. But
Okay.
okay. but
Shit. Oh no.
but he has to go back into the quantum realm, which is already a risky thing that they establish, and it's visually a very weird place. So I'm interested to see how they're going to go do a whole movie in the quantum realm. And Paul Rudd teased that and said it's visually bananas, which is very exciting to me. So it's another heist film, which is the source of what Ant-Man is, which is cool that they're staying in line with that. Um, but yeah, I thought that bit of news was really interesting of the Kang, the new big bad. It's like Thanos blackmailing one of the main characters of the Avengers, like in their own movie. It would be like, wow, okay, interesting. They're introducing him like this. So there's that. Ant-Man.
Okay.
That's February 17th. This one, though, I'm really interested to know if you've seen the trailer or watched it, or if you have, what you thought about it. Is the Werewolf by Night. Did you look this up?
I did see this, and I that's actually like, yeah, I'm very excited about that one.
It's
I have no
visually,
idea what the hell it's
yeah,
gonna be, but I
it's
mean,
a
like,
one-off like film, I guess, that's based
yeah,
in Marvel. But the visuals are insane. It looks like an old movie from like the 30s
yeah.
being made now with a lot of practical effects in a really cool way. It's all black and white. It looks like there's the film's being rolled by
Do you think it's
itself.
gonna be like that, the actual thing, though, or do you think that's just the trailer?
I think it's all going to be like that. And I hope because it's very
Yeah,
intriguing that way. It's a very nice gimmick that they're doing
yeah.
specifically for that. It comes out this October for Halloween season, and it's about all these characters that are probably exist in the Marvel universe trying to point a finger of who a werewolf is, and they want to kill it before it kills them, and it's just like a whole thing. And it looks really, really visually cool. And the cool thing about it is that Michael Giacchino directed it. He's the composer of. He's the composer for Up. He's the composer for Up, Ratatouille, Jojo Rabbit, the
Uh,
new Spider-Man movies, The Incredibles. He's an incredible. Yeah, he's an incredible music composer.
Interesting.
So he did like all of the best. Um, he does like all the music for Pixar.
And he's now
And
directing
this
the
is, I
movie.
believe, I think this is his first feature film, and it's looks really, really interesting.
Well,
And
from from all of this, it looks like it's just gonna be like a special, so it's probably not even gonna be like an hour. Oh, it's literally an hour
Oh,
long.
it's an hour long, which okay, it's an
Yeah,
hour long, which is still pretty cool though, because it
yeah.
is visually unlike anything that Marvel has put out. And
Mm-hmm.
it's very, because it is in the Marvel universe, which is very
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me. If it connects to anything, that's what I'm one of those fanboys where it's like, well, what does it connect to? I'm not satisfied unless it connects. But it, if you look at the trailer, it's very enticing, and I hope it carries through the whole thing and not just
Mm-hmm.
like as good as a trailer. I hope it's good as a
Right.
whole project because it
You know,
looks
it'd be
very
cool if it
cool.
was like a movie within a movie of that universe.
That would make sense. I could see something like that happening. Like maybe one of the
Yeah,
characters turns it on. Who knows?
yeah.
But that's a good theory. I'm gonna remember that. Good
Mm-hmm.
good thought. It might be it because it looks very unlike anything in the Marvel or
Elijah just gave
universe.
me a gold star. He's
There you
like,
go.
that's good of you. Go back, eat your crackers. You
um,
still didn't know what happened to Ant-Man.
yeah. Um, there's that. I would suggest people look at that because it looks very visually cool. Did you see the trailer for Secret Invasion? The
I
new
did.
so
Yeah.
that looks very interesting, I guess. It's another Disney Plus TV show that
It's
has
another
and
one of those things
Nick
where it's like,
Fury.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep like going to these shows. Like it's just like seems like they're really desperate to have Disney Plus just stay with us
I think they're
forever.
just trying to have content
Yeah.
on there. So that's it's true, yeah. Uh it's another project, I
Uh-huh.
guess. I don't have much interest in it. Amelia Clark is joining the some other people. Don Cheadle's back. And then they also announced that his show is going to start filming soon, Armor Wars. So Rhodey War Machine's going to have his own spin-off too called Armor Wars.
Mm.
That's shooting soon. There's that. uh we were
There's that.
the big thing that a lot of people were looking forward to was a Fantastic Four casting announcement. And
Yeah.
we didn't get it. The only thing we got about Fantastic Four is that it officially has a director in Matt Shackman, who is a good director, but that wasn't enough for me. I'm not satisfied. That comes out November 8th, 2024. So we'll see what
Uh-huh.
happens. It's rumored that Jason Segel is going to show up as the Thing in She Hulk at the
Oh,
end.
no way. Jason Segel.
Yeah. I
Oh, wow.
It's rumored,
Okay.
so it's a big rumor. It might not be true at all. So take
Right.
that with a grain of salt, but that's what I've been
Mm-hmm.
hearing. They also finally announced that Daredevil's coming back to Disney Plus with I think a 25 episode series, which is the longest series that it's had of
Damn.
Marvel. Marvel's been used to having 8 or 10 episodes a season, but this one's apparently like 23 episodes or 20, yeah,
God
23
damn.
episodes. So it's like a whole television
Miss Marvel?
season. Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Charlie Cox is back, and Vincent D'onofrio is back as Kingpin. It's
Yeah.
called Daredevil Born Again. It's an entirely new thing. It's not the ones from Netflix at all. Charlie Cox is like, it's not a season 4 of the Netflix series, which started off really good. I didn't continue it, but
That show is amazing.
I
And
stopped
now
watching when Punisher joined.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't, I think that show is still, I think that show is amazing. And like, I just
So
like
did
how they,
everyone else. It's just
yeah,
Disney took the rights back. So
yeah, and we're gonna see how that goes. Like, honestly, like, like, it was exciting to see him come back for the Spider-Man movie. I've not seen She-Hulk, and I don't know if I
he's
ever
not in
will.
She-Hulk yet.
Um, man, like them taking over for Daredevil. Because the best part about Daredevil, honestly, was just the Kingpin stuff, is that it
It's
was
pretty
just so
violent.
fucking brutal.
Yeah,
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 it's just how Daredevil should be. It's just brutal. It's not like he's like cursing all the time or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just the violence is just it's just violent and
yeah.
it's gnarly and like the stakes are high. Even though you know it's Daredevil, you know that he's not going to die. Matt Murdock's not going to die at any point. But you're looking at like Foggy and you're
Right.
looking at all the characters in it, and you're like, okay, but like even the
There's
Punisher character once he shows up,
yeah,
it's like
there's
I
like
know
no
they had
stakes in the TV shows of Disney.
no,
Netflix made
no,
choices where there were stakes where you're like,
and
people could
now
die.
yeah, yeah, I don't know about I don't know how the hell they're having them back is cool, and like Charlie Cox is clearly excited about it. So I mean,
Mhm.
like, just look at the them talking about it. Looks like they're like him and Vincent D'Onofrio are are excited to be back.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
because they haven't really filmed yet, right?
No, it's still in
Yeah.
pre-production.
So who knows what's gonna happen then?
They just officially announced that the cast is back. So
Maybe we'll see Vincent D'onofrio like doing like an interview in the next few months, being like,
actually, Vincent
I don't want to
D'onofrio
talk about
did come
this.
back. He came back
Yeah,
in Hawkeye. He was in Hawkeye
that's right.
as Kingpin. So
See, there's so much. Like every single
you,
time I'm
you're
like,
so far behind.
every single time I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna get back into Marvel. Then it's like studying for a test. Like I can't just jump into chemistry out of
No, it's
nowhere.
no longer a casual series. There's a
No.
lot to take in now.
Ah, it's so annoying.
Speaking of, we're getting another. They announced another Captain America. It's called Captain America: New World Order. Comes out May 3rd, 2024. The thing I took away from this is Tim Blake Nelson is returning from his character in The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. The
Mm.
last time we saw him, he fell over and started. He had a head wound, and the Hulk's blood was dripping into his brain, and his brain started to
Oh
grow.
yeah,
That was the last time we saw him. That was 14 years ago.
that's
And
right.
now they announced that he's the villain in Captain America. And his character is known as the leader. He's basically like a brainiac guy where he's just incredibly smart. I don't know if he's telepathic or telekinetic or anything, but
Mm.
he's got extreme brain power now because he's got the Hulk's blood in his brain, which automatically makes you strong. So
Mm.
it's crazy that they've been sitting on his character for
I
14
was just gonna
years.
say,
I don't
so
know
for
why.
14 years, he's just been sitting back as all this shit's
Yeah,
going
I was
on.
gonna say if he's been just sitting there for 14 years concocting a plan, it better be a damn good
It
plan.
better be fucking
That's
amazing.
just what I was thinking immediately when I announced him. But Tim Blake Nelson is a really great actor. I guess I'm glad for him to come back in the MCU. They kind of just disregarded him. It's kind of weird they're bringing him back now. But they
Hmm.
just brought back Blonsky, the what's his name? The actor name from The Incredible Hulk as well, who played Abomination. Tim Roth.
Oh yeah, Tim.
They
Yeah,
just
Tim
brought him
Roth
back in
for
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Yeah.
His character's kind of weird. He's a big old hippie now, where he's like, I don't want to do evil anymore. So there's that.
Well, there's a lot of things about She-Hulk. You know that. I
Yeah, it's
mean, I
doing a
don't know
lot.
about the universe, but I'm like just looking at it. Just I saw a trailer and just looking at her face and twerking with Megan Stallion. And I'm just like, I'm good on this.
Yeah, that doesn't
I'm good.
bother me as much. It's just the actual stories telling is kind of boring. That's all.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like they can do goofy stuff like that all they want. I won't care because I don't know. It's just the actual storytelling has to be good, and it's not really. And I don't want it to be one of those shows where it finally picks up on the last two episodes like most of the shows do.
Right.
Um, but I'm gonna.
Because then it proves in the end of the day, it's like, oh, this could have just been a movie.
Yeah, exactly. I have two more projects to talk about, and then we're gonna end our Disney talk because this episode flew by. I feel like, but we did it. We got all of our topics out. Marvel has their own Suicide Squad, basically. Have you heard about this comic book series or this movie at all? Um, they have their own Suicide Squad where they get a bunch of villains together to do a team job, and this is called the Thunderbolts. And they finally announced the the cast for it because
That sounds so lame
the
compared to Suicide
Thunderbolts.
Squad.
Yeah, well, it's because of the
We
character's
are the
name. It's
Thunderbolts.
because this is yeah. I was about to defend him and be like, well, it's because General Roth was named after him. Okay, but yeah, this is gonna have Red Guardian, who is what's his name? His real name. He was in Black
I don't
Widow.
know.
He's in Stranger Things. David Harbour's
Oh,
character.
David Harbour.
David Harbour's Red Guardian. Florence Pugh's Yelena, and Taskmaster, who are all in the Black Widow movie, are on the lineup. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp is in the lineup. U.S. Agent, who's played by Wyatt Russell, is in the lineup. He was in the Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier show, which is I'm really excited for that character to make his movie debut because that character is really good. Wyatt Russell is really a good
Yeah,
actor.
why Russell? I like him.
And Bucky is coming back as the what is it?
Leader.
Rick Flag. Well, yeah, the guy who's watching over all of them. So there's that to look forward to. It also has what's her name?
Florence Pugh.
Julia Louis Dreyfus is going to be in it
What?
too.
Elaine
Yeah,
is going to be in it?
Yeah. She's already shown up in she showed up in Black Widow and she showed up in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Or yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier the show. So she's shown up twice already.
Oh, so she's like Marvel canon now.
Yeah, she was basically like the new Nick Fury that's recruiting all of these villains at the end of the movies
No
and shows.
way.
Yeah, she's basically like, "Oh, I think I have a plan for you," to like Yelena at the end of Black Widow.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
so if you haven't seen those, and I just spoiled it for you, sorry. I don't know.
Oh no, no, it's totally fine.
um,
In
so
the
there's
end,
that. And then this last one I'm very excited for. You may have not seen the Loki TV show, but I would suggest
I
watching
have
the
not.
Loki TV show because that's actually worth watching. It's basically Marvel's Doctor Who, where it's gonna have fun and it can jump around and not mess anything up, but it also does have some repercussions. So I would suggest watching Loki because it's actually really entertaining. One of the only entertaining shows, and you only have to see the first Avengers, and you'll be fine.
That's all I need.
Actually, I guess you have to see. Oh, never mind. It's not too big of. You just
I know.
it's worth watching. But they added a character to this season too. It's Ki Kui Kwan, who was the main guy in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I like that has a big deal with Disney now because he plays Waymond in Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you don't know that main guy, Waymond, he joined the Loki series, and he also has a Disney Plus TV show coming out called American Born Chinese. So he's got a good deal with Disney now, and I'm glad. And he was also just reunited with Harrison Ford recently, and it broke the internet. So here's to hoping that Short Round makes a cameo in the new, then last Indiana Jones.
Well, hey, it's the last Indiana Jones movie.
With Harrison
Ford is going to be Indiana Jones.
Right. It's going to be.
I guarantee
what's
this next movie is going to try so hard to have Phoebe, whatever.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they're going to try so hard to. It's going to be the same thing that they tried doing with Shia LaBeouf as in King of the Crystal Skull.
They could have worked. It could have worked. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what they'll do. But
we'll see.
Yeah, that's all things Disney, all things D23. We did it.
That is overwhelming.
That was a lot of titles.
It's a lot of titles. It's a lot of unnecessary stuff.
Oh, we're gonna be talking about Sofia Coppola on our next episode.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is she gonna be doing a Disney movie?
No, but she's going to be doing a movie of a movie that we talked about recently. I don't want to have any opinions about it right now, but I'm going to say what the movie is. I'm not going to say the casting.
Okay.
But she's making another Elvis movie. And she cast Elvis and Priscilla Presley already. I'm not going to say who it is until the next episode, but because I sent it to you, I was like, Austin Butler's got a competitor. You can look it up.
You did just recently send something like that.
Yeah, you can look it up, but we're not going to say who it is until on the next episode because it's very interesting. It's good. I guess I can say what it's about. It's about Priscilla Presley's point of view of the relationship with Elvis. So Priscilla Presley is the main character, not Elvis, but they cast Elvis and Priscilla already, and it's an A24 movie. So we'll see. You can see Justin's That's Justin's reaction to the casting of what? Elvis? Yeah.
No, just the entire story.
Yes, the whole project. Yeah. So we'll talk about that in depth next week.
Good God. We need to end this now.
Yeah, we reached our limit, and it's late. We're never up this late. I'm just kidding. We're always up late. But yeah, that was our episode. Oh, a lot of Disney.
A lot of Disney.
My drink. Disney. Did you finish your drink? All right, he finished his drink. So that's our session. That's our episode. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to us. Follow us on Twitter. Let us know what you're watching. We're on Instagram. There's a lot of ways to reach us. But if you've made it this far, thank you. We'll talk to you guys on the next episode.
My number is 541.
But yeah, also for the visual episode, Justin decided that we were going to do hats today. So Justin is wearing a hat and I'm wearing a hat. Backwards, obviously.
Well, I saw that you were doing it. My hat was right there, so I was gonna go no hat, but then I was like, "Oh, you're backward hatting it."
Yeah, we're back
Might
at
as well do the same. Yeah, we're back hatting it up tonight. We also got our facial hair back too.
Yeah, I did a razor shave for the first time in a long time. Felt so weird. I
Hmm.
felt cold. I was like, what
Yeah,
is this?
yeah. I just need to get a pair of glasses, and you and I are basically the complete.
No one would be able to tell us apart, honestly.
No.
Standing next to each other, you're almost like a foot taller than me. Everyone's like,
I
"Oh,
know.
who's who?" That's funny.
That is true. I always forget how much shorter you are than I am
Yeah, I'm
until
a
we see
short
each other in
guy.
person.
Yep, yep.
I'm always like, oh shit.
It's-
Let's see, we were at that festival. I was like, "Where'd you go? Where'd you go?" He's like, "I'm
You're
right here." I'm
looking
like,
over
"Oh,
me.
okay."
uh, so yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode. We'll talk about Elvis and a bunch of other stuff
No.
that is relevant, I guess, in movies. All right. Goodbye, guys. We'll see you next time.
Adios.